welcome to Supply Chain Tech Podcast with Romby. In this episode, we speak with Florian Birkle, a supply chain management and business analyst at Multivac Gruppe, a leading manufacturer of packaging and food processing machinery. Florian shares with us his experience implementing data-driven supply chain innovation within a traditional manufacturing environment with real-time goods and asset monitoring, and the return on investment of logistics and supply chain visibility for internal and external customers. So how are you today, Florian?
Hi, Scott. Nice to meet you. I'm very good. How are you?
Great. Wonderful. Thank you for asking. I'm looking forward to your insights. But first, can you tell us a little bit about your background, your role at Multivac, and what are some of the challenges that you were trying to solve for?
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned before, Multivac is a producer for packaging machines, large industrial machines for food packaging, packaging of health and life science items, and also in industrial items and products. So yeah, I'm working here since 2015. Actually, I started as a working student, and since 2017, I'm working within the supply chain management department as a business analyst. Yeah, I'm in charge of everything data and business analysis within supply chain management, mainly logistics, so warehousing, transportation, yeah, and spare parts, logistics, everything, yeah, around that. And also, I'm in charge of some, industry logistics 4.0 implementations. And I think that's what we are going to talk about a little bit. Because we implemented Romby tracking and tracing solution this year, and up until now we're happy with it.
Great. So as I understand it, Multivac is a global company, create these very large food processing machines that you then have to ship all over the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it multimodal? Is it mostly by sea, by air, by truck?
Yeah, it's all of that. It's very multimodal. We ship our machines. They are packaged in around 4 to up to 8 or 10 packages, and then we ship them by truck, by sea freight or air freight, depending where our customer is. We have customers worldwide, as we do have subsidiaries worldwide, and we send our machines either to the customers directly or to our daughter companies, subsidiaries, where they then get, maybe something has to be assembled again, and then they go to the customer. We have a lot of intermediaries until our packages arrive at the customers, because we pack the machines here. Then they get trucked to a warehouse where they get handled, stored. Then they get trucked to maybe the port. Another part of handling, loaded onto the ship. Then we have the part of the actual sea freight, transport on sea. And at the destination port, we have handling again. And so we have a lot of areas and times where something can happen to our shipment, and where we can lose sight or visibility of our shipment. And that was a big problem initially for us, because when the customer or our colleagues wanted to know where is the shipment, when does it arrive, in what state is it, we always had to cycle through this whole loop of information back and forth. The customer asked the subsidiary, they asked us, we asked the carrier, and so forth. And then we had to cycle all this information back, and it sometimes took days. So the information was not, not new anymore. It was old information. And about 2 years ago, we started with experimenting with tracking and tracing solutions. Not initially with Romby, but that then came later. Yeah. So that was.
So what types of, without mentioning specific names, what types of technologies did you experiment with to get that ability?
Yeah, we first experimented with big bulky GPS sensors, which you attach to containers. And you can then very low key see the position and actually it's just the position of the good. There were also solutions which were able to track some shock events, something like that. But everything was very low tech, I would say, not like up to date or state of the art. Then there were also small pieces of equipment which you just attach to the packaging, and they track everything that happens. They also track movement, shock, temperature, something like that. But you are not able to see that information live. You then, when the parcel arrives, you can then take this small thing and like read it, attach it to a computer and see the information. And that was not helpful either, because that was not what we wanted. We needed some live information and real-time status update.
So real-time location, condition information at the package level.
Exactly.
Great.
That was mentioned the package level. That was another big thing, because we, with the container tracking thing, there was too not specific enough, because we needed on a package level. Didn't help that we could track the container. Yeah.
Sure, because presumably you're moving, like you said, 3 to 10 of these at a time, but at some point they get to a destination and they split up, and at that point, if they're just tracking the container.
Exactly, we don't always have that full container load where we actually have the container in possession, or we can just attach something to it. We sometimes have less than truckload or less than container load shipments, and so we need it on this package level.
Can you tell me a little bit about your implementation experience with the real-time visibility solution?
Sure. Last year, we did a testing phase over a couple of months, where we had some devices and then attached them to some specially picked projects, which we had shipments, and sent them to our daughter companies. We wanted to have this this route where we do have visibility or good visibility of our package, so we can track whether the solution is suitable for us or not. So we didn't do wild experiments. They will take good care of the packaging, if you know what I mean. Something which we have experience with. And that went very well. And also our subsidiaries, they were very interested very quickly in this technology, because they immediately saw value in it, in the information. And that really was something that sped the process up, because then we didn't have to do a lot of marketing within the company, because you always have to sell other people on your idea. But that happened quite quickly, actually. So mid last year we decided to go with the solution, and then this year we started really implementing it.
So you mentioned that the value became clear pretty quickly throughout the organization and even the daughter companies. What are some of the specifics aspects of the solution that is driving the return on investment that excited people about it? Well,
we did have some problems with damaged goods when they arrived. The damage often was not really obvious. So when we had this change from one carrier to another, as I mentioned before, from the warehouse to another carrier by truck, usually the second carrier has to check if everything's all right. So sometimes damage was not obvious, and it became quite obvious when we had shock tracking. So we could actually see when something happened to one of our packages and where it happened. So the whole discussion of who did what to our package became, somewhat very easy for us, because we could like see it and show it. We had a timestamp, we had a location, and we had G powers that we could show. And that level of information was something we never had before. So
have you been able to use this information in the aggregate to start to benchmark the performance of transporters, or to evaluate the various lanes that you manage to see which ones are performing best and which ones you need to monitor for damage more often?
Well, we now have information that supported some of our thoughts already, because of course the lanes which had the most handling processes involved are the lanes that are most prone to damages.
Sure.
So that became obvious then. Also, what we found out rather quickly was that we told our carriers that we are tracking the shipment.
Okay.
Because we wanted that visibility, and also I mean, sometimes the packages get checked and then they see it anyway, because there are batteries involved and stuff like that. So we told them, and telling them already, we felt that they were handling our packages more carefully.
Right, it's like taking a placebo.
Like the placebo effect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's interesting. So what do you think is next for you in terms of progressing along the journey of what your goals are for supply chain logistics, and whether it's a building scaling up with real-time visibility, or what other aspects of technology are you excited to evaluate and implement?
Well, what we are doing with the tracking and tracing solution, as that there is a roadmap actually. We want to make the whole process of setting up shipments and setting the whole thing up more automated. We have, of course, a warehouse management system and enterprise resource planning system, and we want to hook those technologies up together, and then it would be perfect if like the shipment in the portal would be generated automatically when we package the shipment in our packaging department, and everything's totally automatic. That would be great. And we're working on that. Sure, there have to be some process adjustments, and we have to link the correct data and everything, but that's what we're doing next.
Okay.
Yeah. And might also be that there is some asset tracking in the future, because of course we also have a lot of we don't own trucks, but we have a lot of machinery driving around, like forklifts, and also like technician cars for maintenance. So there could be some asset tracking, and I mean, I know there's a solution for that as well.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned the fact that Multivac creates these food processing machines, but also some medical devices and other goods. Are you considering expanding it across the suite of goods as well?
Well, no, it's packaging machines for medical goods.
Okay.
That was what I meant. Yeah. So, well, the solution is basically for anything that we package and ship to other destinations. So yeah, of course we're trying to expand. We right now have a experiment that we're doing, a little test. We're sending two of our machines to different subsidiaries for training purposes. Usually the technicians come to the headquarters here to get training once or twice a year. And because of travel restrictions right now, we are sending the machine. And we're actually tracking it on the way with our tracking and tracing solution. To know where it is and to always know the state the machines are in. So these are these little side projects that are possible with this solution because it's very uncomplicated.
Okay. Any parting thoughts before we wrap up?
I think we found a great solution. I'm really happy with it, actually. And I'm thankful that we could speak to each other. Was my pleasure, actually.
Wonderful. That's great to hear. Thank you so much, Florian. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Supply Chain Technology Podcast. Please check out the transcription and other episodes in the series on this page.
Hi, my name is Scott Mears and I'm one of the hosts of the Supply Chain Tech Podcast with Roamby. On this podcast, we talk to supply chain heroes from around the world about everything, ranging from the disruptions related to supply chains, their personal experiences with tracking technologies, strategies to build resilience, and much, much more. We already have some recommended videos for you to the side of me, and if any of this sounds interesting to you, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss another Roamby video. I'll see you next time.